Right, and I'm not sure when Mr. King is available, so it may be a problem. I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to get him back on, but I can try. What is the bond and what's the request? Bond is 10,000 cash, GPS tether. What's the request?
I was gonna ask for a 10% provision.
Okay. Let me go on. Well, and the problem is to pass on it means that I've got to switch defendants with the jail. That's the bigger problem, is because they take them and they put them. I just sent him a text message to see if he could get back on. Are you on Boyer?
I am, Judge.
Why don't we, officer, is there possibility that you can give us Mr. Boyer and hold Mr. Wallace to the side? And of course, I muted him and not there. Nope, and it won't let me unmute it. Story of my life.
Mr. Wallace, can you knock on the door and get the deputy?
There it goes.
No, I need to. They need the deputy. The deputy.
I gotta come here, especially if I ain't in violation, you know. Yeah, that's I mean, it's fucking with me, you know, I've been trying to change, I gotta get on something, I'm like, fuck it, really ready to up, you on the house sheet.
Yes, they said they needed the deputy. I'm not sure if you or the other one.
Probably the other guys, I'm just center, so hang on.
Oh, and Lori Morales Smith, the attorney on Suggs is Holmberg. And he asked for an adjournment first thing this morning and I gave him November the 4th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. And then Ms. Burkus is on Boyer.
Yep, I got that one. Thank you.
They need you. Yeah, they need you.
Okay.
You know what? We still need it. We're still trying to do Mr. Wallace's case. We're waiting on the prosecutor. Can you bring us Mr. Boyer and hold Mr. Wallace to the side just for a minute?
Okay, yeah. I have Mr. Brown, is that okay? Or Mr.
Brumbill? Yeah.
Brownbill.
We can do Brumbill. That's fine. We can do him and then Boyer and then Wallace last. And then, Mr. Collins, you needed a breakout with your client?
Yes, just briefly, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and everyone. Ms. Farkas, did they already handle our matter?
No,
Oh, man.
no. They
That is-
literally just switched them out. Because I was gonna try to address the bond, Larry, so I wanted to make sure we had you, because I know you said you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, I send him away and this is my status. This is what I get.
I apologize. I had a preliminary exam.
No,
out
no,
here at
don't. No, it's not.
23rd.
It's not your fault.
Your Honor, I'm getting
Yes.
called back into Judge McNally's courtroom.
Well,
I-
let's have a conversation real quick on Wallace, on People versus Robert Wallace. I know we don't have Mr. Wallace here. I'm gonna have to do the bond motion without him. I apologize. It's the only way we're gonna be able to do it.
I'd waive his presence for the purposes of the bond motion, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Ms. Farkas, go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Wallace is charged with 4 different counts. The highest charge that he's charged with is felonious assault, which is a 4-year maximum felony. His bond right now is currently $10,000 cash as surety. Judge, I'd ask the court to consider a reduction of bond to a 10% provision. I believe there's already a GPS condition that's been imposed by the court as a condition. I do understand this is a domestic case, but given his charges in this instant offense, I'd ask the court for a reduction. And I don't have the discovery at this time, Your Honor, so I am at a disadvantage compared to Mr. King in this case, but based on my brief conversation with my client, I would ask the court to consider a reduction.
And Your Honor, I would oppose any reduction to bond. As the court's aware, the complaining witness is present on the Zoom call today. The complaining witness reports a long domestic history. This is an aggravated domestic violence second offense, which is the highest count charged, which is a 5-year felony. She was hospitalized not once, but twice as a result of this and remains incredibly fearful of the defendant. Furthermore, the defendant has a capious history. He's had
Well, let me
bench
jump
issues out of
before
other
I get to
district
the
courts.
bond issue, let me jump that for 1 second. What are we doing with the case? Once I make the bond decision, what are we doing?
Well, Judge,
I
I'm
believe Ms.
asking
Farkas
for a
wants 1 week to
adjournment
review
of
discovery.
the since I don't have discovery. And
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjourn it 1 week for discovery. I'm gonna refer it to pretrial services.
Okay,
Very well.
That's the best you're gonna get from me
And
today.
bond will continue bond will remain the same until.
Until next week, hopefully there'll be a report from pretrial services.
thank you,
Ms.
Judge.
Farkas, as soon as I can, I will send you discovery. Your Honor, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And at the end, Ms. Farkas, do you want to wait and try to bring him back to let him know what's going on? Mr. King, you're all set.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
And now if we get another defendant, I don't know if we're going to or not. We're trying, Mr. Collins, I thought.
I thought so too, Judge.
Apparently not. Maybe. I don't know. What's your last name, sir?
Green is to talk, red's to.
Brimble, okay. Brimble,
Brimble.
okay. I'm gonna give you a breakout room, Mr. Collins.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Collins, did you have enough time with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
You know what, I'm gonna have to delete that. Okay, perfect. People versus Devontae Brombill. On behalf of the people, Ms. Marilla Smith and Mr. Collins, on behalf of Mr. Brumbill.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Harold Collins, P56805, on behalf of Mr. Devontae Brumble, who is present on the Zoom screen. State your name for the record.
Devontae Brumbill.
Okay. And what's the status of this case?
Your Honor, we'd like to do a couple things. Ms. Smith, who I've been working with, just sent me some more discovery this morning. I need a chance to look at that. So we'd ask the court to adjourn this matter out 2 to 3 weeks so we can come back and make some decisions.
I'll adjourn it 2 weeks to October the 28th. And I'll make it at 11:10. What else do you have, Mr. Collins?
Your Honor, I would like to discuss Mr. Brumble's bond with this honorable court.
Go ahead.
His current bond is $500,000, Your Honor. He is working with a property management company. I think this is his second interaction with the criminal justice system. He is trying to get some schooling in as well. We just asked this honorable court to consider a bond that his family might be able to post, maybe 10,000, 10%. We think his bond is extremely high.
Ms. Morella Smith?
Your Honor, I would ask that, while I understand that the bond may be lowered, I would take into account his presence as having a loaded weapon found with him. He threatened to, and I quote, Your Honor, make the officers look like Swiss cheese.
You know what? I'm gonna adjourn it 2 weeks. I'm gonna refer it to pretrial services, Mr. Brumbill or Mr. Collins. Mr. Brumbill, somebody's gonna come and talk to you, and then I'll assess bond in 2 weeks.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right? Okay, I'll adjourn this matter to the October 28th, and I'll refer it to pretrial services.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr.
All right, Mr.
Brumbill, if you
Brumbill, I'll
could
be
knock
in
on the
touch.
glass and get a deputy for us.
Yes, I got you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Have a nice day.
You as well.
Can I just walk out if the door's open?
I think so. Yep, we need Mr. Boyer if they got him.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Judge, I'll need a breakout room with Mr. Boyer whenever they have him.
Perfect, I'll do it.
Thank you.
What? Is it pretrial services review? What is that called when they send them to review to look at the bond? Mhm.
Hello?
Hi, can you give us Mr. Boyer now? Nathan Boyer, is that a possibility?
I don't have a Boyer on my list, but let me look him up for you. Give me 1 second.
Well, in the meantime, while you're looking him up, do you still have Mr. Wallace?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you bring him back in, and we only need him for literally 30 seconds. And if you look up and get me Boyer, then we're good, okay?
Okay, what about Mr. Brown? Mr. Brandon Brown?
I don't have a Brandon Brown on my docket.
Oh, he's a tether violator.
I don't have a Brown on my docket. Heather, do you know anything about that?
Okay. All right. He, the paperwork was faxed over a couple days ago. And then, I guess this is the soonest that we can get him on, but we could try again tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, give me Mr. Wallace. I'll,
Okay. Okay.
Heather, can you bring, yeah, but do I have the file? Heather, bring me the file real quick. If you can give me Mr. Wallace while you're checking on first name Nathan, last name Boyer, Boyer.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect, and I'll find out about Mr. Brown in the meantime.
Take you back to the side.
Mr. Boyer? Are you Mr. Boyer?
That's
No, you're Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, Miss Farkas, do you want to have a 2-second conversation with him? You want me to put you in a breakout room, or are you good?
If you could put us in a breakout room, I'd appreciate it.
And then we'll be done with them.
Yep.
Hang on one second. So are you good, Ms. Farkas?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, are you all set? And sir, what's your last name?
Mr. Boyer?
Okay. So you're good on Mr. Wallace, on Mr. Boyer, Ms. Farkas, you're on that also, right?
Yes, and I need a breakout room, please.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. Thanks. Can you still join breakout 3?
Yes, Judge.
Good, do it.
All right. Okay, now.
Did it kick you out, Ms. Farkas?
It did, Judge.
Yeah, I thought so. That's what I get for doing it at the end of a breakout room. Then I tried to do it twice. Let me do it again.
I can't hear you.
There you go. Miss Morella Smith, I have the file that the officers were talking about on Brandon Brown. It's a violation, a tether violation, it looks like. He's got a live exam October the 26th. I don't have the attorney on here. It's Nancy Castow. I mean, I don't think that we can do the bond violation without her.
Agreed, Your Honor.
And so I see that the exam is set on the 26th. You know what? I'll have Heather reach out to Ms. Casto. And if we can schedule it before then, we will. Otherwise, I'll hear it on the 26th or we'll get him out. Okay, Heather? In the Wallace case, I adjourned 1 week and did a referral to pretrial services.
On, that just leaves Boyer and McGraw. Are we calling McGraw a capias? You were gonna give him to the end of the session.
Oh, I already bench warranted him. Yeah.
Works for me.
All right, I'll let the officer know on Brown.
Got locked out.
Judge, I'm all set with Mr. Boyer if you can close the breakout room and get him back.
I will attempt with my skill set to do that. I'm not really sure. Sometimes, yep, there I did it. Okay, got it. Recalling the case of People versus Nathan Boyer.
That's not Mr. Boyer.
Oh. What's your last name? Yeah, and of course I don't have sound. They switch him out. How did that happen?
I have no idea.
Are you Mr. Brown? Yeah, that's what I thought. And Mr. Brown, I don't have your attorney. I understand that we're going to get a hold of your attorney and see what we can do about setting this for a motion. I'm going to have Heather Oh, I get Heather's saying, is there a button there that you can push to talk? Yeah, Heather, see if you can get Ms. Casto on right now. Well,
Judge, if you want to call Mr. Boyer's case, I'd waive his appearance just for us setting a new date.
yeah, okay. What's on People versus Nathan Boyer? What are we looking at?
Just a 1 week adjournment, Judge.
I'll adjourn the PCC 1 week to October the 21st.
And if we could get a referral for pretrial services for the bond too.
Sure. All right, I'll do that and then you're all set. And then Mr. Brown, we're working on your attorney. Can you, is there any button there that you can push to talk? And Heather, let me know if you get a hold of Ms. Casto. Ah, perfect. Okay. We're trying to get his attorney, officer. If not, we're going to have to set it on another date. Well, now I have no sound again. You can hear me, Mr. Brown, right?
Ma'am, correct, I can.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. We got it. All right. And you're good on Mr. Boyer. Go ahead and send him back. We gave him a date. And then Heather, any luck with Ms. Casto?
Okay, so you got everything else?
Give us just a minute, Mr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
She's trying to call her.
Yes, ma'am. How you been? How you been, Mrs. Green, Your Honor?
I'm good. I take it you're not so good.
No, ma'am. I got a broken hand, Your Honor.
Well, let me see if I can't. Heather, can we try to do it? Can we set it tomorrow? Get a hold of her and see if you can set it. I don't care when, either tomorrow morning or Friday morning. If it's Friday, during my misdemeanor docket, somewhere between 9 and 11, or tomorrow. Yeah, I have felonies and stuff, so I prefer to do it between 9 and 11 tomorrow. And Laura, oh, Miss Marla Smith, if we get a time on this bond violation, can you do it tomorrow or Friday?
I am in Wyandotte all day tomorrow, and Friday is quite hellish in Dearborn. I could probably squeeze you in at some point during tomorrow, but definitely not on Friday.
Okay, tomorrow, if we set it tomorrow, what's the best time tomorrow?
Give me just a second. Oh, you know what? Actually, anything after 9 a.m. is going to be okay tomorrow. I just remembered that it's a combined docket with Southgate. So most of my stuff is going to Southgate.
Okay, then Heather will get in touch with you. Heather, get a hold of Miss Casto, or email her and tell her that it's at like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is that okay, Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am. That's perfect.
Okay, perfect. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Go ahead and knock on the window, and I'm going to tell the officers that too.
Okay, God bless. Thank you very much, Mr. Green.
Yep, you're welcome.
Heather,
Heather, I'm going to keep